I'm recording. You're silencing your phone. Perfect. Welcome back to the Too Many Words podcast. I am your co-host, Isaac William Joseph, along with
Jordan.
All right. Today is, it's 10:12 p.m. We started a little bit late.
Yeah.
But it's okay. 25th of October. But for you guys, it's going to be the first Saturday of November.
This is true. I didn't even think
Yeah. We're going to have to start making some turkey segments or some stuff.
First episode of the new season, actually.
First episode of the new season. Toot toot.
Hopefully with this season, you'll be seeing a little bit higher production value. I think we've really gotten a lot of things down. Gotten a lot of upgrades, and hopefully soon we'll be seeing even more upgrades, actually.
Yeah. Speaking of the devil, let me get into the announcements. As you guys should have heard by now, we have an Instagram, at Too Many Words Podcast. If you haven't followed by now, I don't know what you're doing. But we will continue the shout-outs in every episode until we get 100 people following. And, some exciting stuff. We reached a small milestone once again with the social media. But let me get into the podcast-related news. I recently got a personal mic at my house, so there's mics at Jordan's place and there's mics at my place. With that said, I'm able to speaking on that production value stuff. I'm able to do some other things outside of this podcast, and it's been really fun. I will say we have an extra episode completely free to you guys of me reading stuff off of thescaldstone.com, the website that reels everything in, baby girls. And so if you don't like reading, I'll read it for you, okay? Just once a month. I don't know what I'll be reading for the month of November, but I promise you, every third Wednesday of every month, something special is going to come out for you. Bonus content for the week. Speaking of bonus content for the week, another weekly installment for Isaac. See, Jordan and I, we don't really tap on sports all too often.
Much, yeah.
I mean, we've tapped on sports a couple times.
Just dabbled.
You know, Jordan, he's becoming a savvy sports fan. No.
Opposite of that.
Yeah, quite opposite. An interested sports fan. A curious sports fan. Anyways, you guys get it. We don't really get to talk about sports very much because, frankly, Jordan doesn't know too much about sports other than the Lions suck and the Patriots used to be great and Tom Brady is too popular. Right?
Yes.
All right, cool. But with that said, I am a co-host for my second podcast. It's the Too Many Sports Cast. Okay, look it up on Spotify. It's only available on Spotify. There's going to be videos on our YouTube now with that. It's going to come out every midday Monday. Doesn't that roll off the tongue? Midday Monday, Sportscast through Scald Stone Production. Co-hosting with Mason, a guy that was supposed to be guest starring with us tonight.
Yeah, what did he say after he found out I was supposed to be recording?
So he called me and he said that he was delayed with his check or something like that because Mason still doesn't have a bank, so he doesn't have direct deposit, and since he doesn't have direct deposit, he's got to do some errands, and if that's late, he's got to do those errands late, and he also doesn't have his own car, so he's got to do the things that his girlfriend does, and he was not physically available at that point. So it's not really on him, but it's on him because it's Mason. Get it?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys are more into the sports stuff, if that interests you, we will have an episode every Monday at noon. The Too Many Sports Cast.
Oh yeah. It's good. It's good. Check it out.
Yeah. When are you writing your bio for the website?
When I get time.
Sexy. Moving on. All right. Yeah.
That was another thing I wanted to do yesterday. Didn't happen.
Jordan, what you been up to lately?
Well, I was on a 9-day work streak, which means I was up to literally nothing.
Yeah, that sucks ass.
Mm-hmm. No, it was terrible. I hated it.
Well, anyways, do we want to get straight into the segment?
No. I was on a 9-day work streak. Sorry, I was checking the camera to make sure I was recording. Then I had 2 days off. Then I had another day on. Then I had another day off. During those days off, I don't even remember what I did. So, oh yeah, I did a lot of editing for the Nate episode.
Heck yeah.
That was...
It looks good, bro.
It was so annoying, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, my God. It was... I tried a few different editing techniques to hopefully be better, and, like... They kind of were at some points, but also kind of weren't at some points. It's a much better technique if you have one camera angle. God damn it. Thanks for making my life difficult. But if you have multiple camera angles, it's not so great. So I'm going to continue altering everything that's going to be going on.
Yeah.
You need to just stop touching that.
There was dust on my...
Stop touching it! For those that can't figure it out, Isaac just fucking stopped his camera recording and then started it again. Anyways, yeah, so I did a lot of editing for that video. Hey, if Isaac says it looks good, then I'm actually pretty happy with it then.
Yeah.
I put a lot more time into that one than almost any of them. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm going to make like 4 promos for that episode.
Okay.
Halloween special.
I also want to talk about
Hope
the
y'all
promo.
liked it.
I also want to talk about the promo for episode 9 because that gets me so fucking much, dude. Oh, that promo came out really late because Isaac doesn't know how to fucking read. So
What do you mean read?
I told you I put it on. I shared it with you. Shared it with you, your personal account, and then
Dog, the promo came out.
I know.
The same day as the episode.
Exactly. Usually you do a promo before that.
The day before, yeah. I need to set up a schedule for media posting. I need to set up a weekly schedule for media posting.
Social media posting.
Yes, for
There's a
social
difference.
media posting, because like everything is just like no. But
Mustache is getting too long again.
your mustache is getting too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting curly over
Yeah,
here.
well, I just curled it so it was out of my mouth. I'm probably gonna shave soon, honestly.
Well, it's been at least 2 minutes because that's what my camera's saying. But we haven't really been talking about really much of anything. Jordan,
How we've been? Oh well, I mean, you asked me how I.
we
was,
have
but
one email for the T-shirt drop.
that doesn't count.
What, Mason?
Yeah, Mason's he's not a real person. What are you talking about?
I just wanted to let's advertise the T-shirt.
Let's shoot it out.
All right,
there.
we're doing a T-shirt giveaway, as y'all know. Lazy asses. We got a black T-shirt for you with the Too Many Words logo on the back. All right, we got the Alphabets of Scaldstone Productions on the front. It says Triple Crown. Jordan, what does Triple Crown mean?
Means you follow us on Spotify, you subscribe to us on YouTube, and you follow us on Instagram.
All right, if you have a screenshot of each of those, send that to the email. The email you should be sending that to is Too Many Words
Podcast at gmail.com.
There you go. You're so good. You're just so good. Yeah, send those 3 screenshots proving that you're following and subscribed. Also provide a name. Also provide a T-shirt size, and then a mailing address. Okay, that's all you need to do. Send an email. Okay, you get the T-shirt. It's super simple, guys. Okay, moving on.
Well, there's already one.
There's been a few weeks I've been wanting to talk about school, and we just haven't gotten to it, which is why I really appreciate these these duo podcast episodes. I love it when we have guests because that just pushes the conversation a little bit better. But these personal stories that we get to share kind of take a back seat. Mm-hmm. Jordan, let me tell you something. So this is the first time I'm coming to the podcast studio from previously doing nothing. See, the way my schedule's set up in the week is I go straight here after school, and then there was that one time where I come straight here after Bible study. And so psych class, my night class, the class that I have right before recording almost every week, got canceled again for the second time this semester. And last time I went to church, this time I'm like, dude, I've been tired all day, and so I took a nap. I took a fat nap, like 2 hours.
That's not even a fat nap. What are you talking about? That's a normal nap.
I woke up so sweaty. No, a healthy nap is like 30 to an hour, sir.
Nah.
Yeah, that's healthy. That is
a fat nap is 4 hours.
Scientifically, a healthy nap when you wake up and you feel refreshed and not like crap is 32 an hour.
This man's crazy.
I promise. But anyways, if I had slept for 4 hours, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Either way. So that doesn't really add any new content from when I've gone to school. But let me tell you about something that happened a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, it was the day that we were going to turn in our first psych test, right? As previously mentioned in the show, where my mom was a crackhead thinking I was drawing again. But, yeah, so it was like 30 minutes before psych class. This psych test was due. And I run into this girl that's in my class, and I'm just trying to get rid of this bag of candy that I bought. It's a bag of sweet tarts. Like, they got like these sweet tart balls. Too many in one serving. My gum started hurting, and I'm like, dang, I need to drop this off. And I see her, and I'm like, I know her. It's not going to be completely weird if I just offer these to her. So I'm like, hey, you want this candy? She's like, you want to go over the test? Sure, yeah, cool. She was with this one dude, and she is sitting so close to him, and his hand is on her thigh, and they're just rubbing shoulders, right? So I'm like, hey man, is this your boyfriend? She's like, oh no, I met him today actually. And I'm like, okay.
That's the way things work in college.
That is, I guess, yeah. But yeah, so we study up until like 5 minutes until class. It's across campus. I pack up, I leave. And this girl's like late every single day by like, I don't know, this far into the semester it was like 10, 15 minutes. But she didn't show up until 50 minutes after class started. She showed up. She sits behind me. She sits with her friends. They're actually really cool. They help the class go by a lot faster, which is why I don't appreciate it when they show up so late.
I got a feeling I know where this is going. Please go on.
She shows up, and I hear her friend tell her, "At least your hair looks still looks nice." And I'm like, "Damn, bro."
Yeah.
Interesting. And I'm like, yeah, that's college.
The casual world is it's a thing.
Hey man, I'm not claiming anything. Okay, I don't want her to find this podcast and then hate me. But that's why we don't name drop here.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're not shaming her or anything.
No. See, she's a very pretty girl, so you know, she'd probably just get it from anybody almost that she wanted. But anyways, that's all my stories from college. And that's actually like interesting at this point. Oh, in college experience, we had a thing today where we checked our grades. For the first time ever, I'm a 4.0 student.
Okay.
Why is that funny?
Because you said for the first time ever.
Dude, the highest GPA I ever got was a 3.3. I am damn proud of myself that my teachers are too lazy to grade my stuff yet.
3.3 is still pretty damn good. Honestly.
3.3 was the best I ever did in high school.
I don't know if I ever even passed the 2.0 barrier, but like maybe. I don't remember. I never checked. I don't know how to check.
So you need to be at a 3.5 or better to be like in like the honor club or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They honored you. There was like some sort of stupid ass ceremony or something.
Honors, graduating one.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
But I only did that good for a semester or a year. Yeah, I think it was a whole freshman year. I was a 3.3, and then as the years went by for high school, my GPA just went lower and lower and lower and lower. But it was never terrible. Okay, I always had above a 2.0. But yeah, I think that was the one time I got above a 3.0, and right now I'm sitting pretty at a 4.0, and I'm just happy. I'm just really happy about that. That actually lifted my day because I was so freaking tired today, bro. I was in comp class just like dying, just like sitting back, trying to adjust to this new teacher. It's a learning curve.
Is she really that different?
Very different, actually. I mean, she's a white ginger just like the last one, but that's basically where the similarities ends. But hey, bro, let's get into this segment
real quick.
What's up?
They released the first trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
I saw that. I'm not watching it.
Well, I know.
And they also released the trailer for Ant-Man Quantumania, and I'm not watching that either. So, should I leave?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. Well, so I mean, the holiday special. It's not gonna be anything like big. It's just
Isn't it canon?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, it's not like a big deal.
Oh, I feel like it's such a Kevin Feige thing to be like.
I feel like
throw Mephisto in there.
I think it's only like 30 minutes long.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. It might be like 44. Anyways, and then like
hopefully it's like Werewolf by Night.
Ant-Man and the Wasp thing. That was incredibly vague for a lot of different things. And then
I'm even passing up on like screenshot captures.
There was another trailer I watched today. It was it's the new Tom Hanks movie. And
what's it called?
Otto or something like that.
Otto.
It's
coming at you, summer 2023.
It's like this old dude. He lives in this town, and like these new neighbors move in. The woman's pregnant, and she has a daughter, and like he's like an old grumpy dude, and the daughter and the family like make him like not that. He adopts a cat, and like all sorts of shit. Okay. It actually looks like a very heartfelt movie, but I get where you're coming from with these trailers now. So like I noticed
too much.
I've noticed this like previously, but I've never really gave it much thought. But like I watched the trailer and I was like, well, that was a good movie.
Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, I don't think I've mentioned this on the podcast. I recently, like a few months ago, made the decision to not watch trailers anymore. Now, there's still trailers in theaters that I will watch because I saw them before I made that decision anyways. Like Avatar, The Way of Water. I've seen that freaking 15 different times now. But, I need to make a habit of bringing earbuds to the theater and playing music and keeping my head down until someone can tap my shoulder and say, hey, the movie's on. Okay, all I really need to know about movies before they come out is what's the genre, what's the plot, who made it, who's in it, and what's it called.
But yeah, no, it looks like it's gonna be a really good movie. But like, I feel like I've seen it now.
Yeah, for sure.
There was another one. I don't remember what it was though, honestly. But moving on to the segment.
Okay, guys.
Which segment's first?
Today, we are going to get into our dream 10-car garage.
Yeah, okay. So this kind of came upon, me and Isaac were talking one night, and we realized we have not talked about our like, interests very much, other than movies, or like...
Yeah.
Like, we have hardly even talked about video games. Or
Yeah, like there was one episode where we talked about video games.
Briefly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just that we don't talk about our own interests very often. And, like, we were like, let's do that. Let's do, like, a whole segment about it.
We love cars. Come on, we're dudes.
Dude.
We're dudes.
We're dudes. Like, we've played, like, every Forza not Motorsport. I've played a few Forza Motorsport games.
I played one Forza Motorsport. But
we've played, like, every Forza Horizon
Forza
game.
Horizon can get it.
Yes. And, like, yeah, no, those are really, really good games. The first one's still my favorite, but, you know.
Yep. So, is your go-to Forza car on your list?
Probably. I mean, obviously it is now in Forza 5 because they added it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But previously, I think it... I mean, I'm pretty sure all of my cars actually are. Maybe. I gotta find the list. But go ahead.
So there's quite a few honorable mentions. No, not quite a few. There's a couple honorable mentions on my 10-car garage. Mainly because, like, I can't pick just 10. I just love so many cars for some reason.
I think I wanted to increase mine to a 15-car garage, but, you know.
I was tempted, but I'm like, that's way too much content. We'd be pushing it with time. But, let's see. So, when we talk about these cars, do we also want to say what color we would want it to have, or any sort of specific aftermarket stuff we want it to have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about the aftermarket stuff, like body kits. Like, I know typical stuff from Forza, like Rocket Bunny, and like, but I don't know like real ones, I guess.
Okay, who wants to go first?
You.
Okay, I'll kick out my honorable mentions. I'll make this quick. Pagani Hyra.
See, I respect that, but I don't like Paganis. Like, I just think they look like boogers.
Yeah, you have spoke to me about how you just don't like their look, but I love that signature look. Pagani Hyra, one of the few supercars that I would definitely want to own in my life. Because I'm not a Bugatti guy, and I'm not a Lamborghini guy. But I love like secondary, less mainstream brands like Pagani, like Koenigsegg, and yeah.
I'm going to do my honorable mentions after my list because I don't really know all of my honorable mentions.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Maybe listing these cars will get the juices.
Like Koenigsegg, that was definitely one that already triggered. Like,
yeah.
I would love a Koenigsegg Agera, but, you know.
Yeah. So, number one, classic 1970 Dodge Charger. You can't go wrong with that.
A little basic, but you know, I mean, it's a Dodge Charger. I mean, come on.
I told myself a long time ago that if I had to pick one classic car, because here's my thing with classic cars. This is why I owned an El Camino. A lot of classic cars, especially muscle cars, look very closely the same.
Yeah.
Like so many.
Square bodies.
Like someone's like, oh, look that's a Nova. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I will admit a Nova is pretty darn cool, but I cannot distinguish that from like, I don't know, 10 different other models that came out back then when it came to old like classic muscle cars. But yeah,
I get where you're coming from, but I feel like that's also more of a you thing.
Yeah, maybe because I'm not so into it.
Yeah. When
it comes to those older muscle cars. I mean, I like old Camaros and I like old Chargers, and the 1970 Charger is definitely
Oh fuck.
Okay, Jordan. It's definitely it. There's gonna be a lot of Fast and Furious influence in this list, like a lot of early Fast and Furious influence in this list. Shoot, that just made me think of another freaking honorable mention. I'll get back to it later, though. Jordan, what's your first car on your list?
Go for your whole list.
Whole list. All right. 1991 GMC Cyclone. I love this car. This is actually... See, now... the concept of the dream 10-car garage is that if you had all the money in the world. But this is one of the few cars that I would legitimately almost guarantee purchase if I had the money for it. The 1991 GMC Cyclone. What's so special about the GMC Cyclone is there was only 1 year of production for this. See, some guy came up with the idea for this, for the Cyclone, and it got rejected by a few brands before GMC picked it up, and the rest is history. What's so cool about it is as mentioned in the last episode, it's got that slick, glossy black with the matte black with the bumper wrap around. It is to this day GMC's fastest vehicle. It's got a top speed of 166 miles an hour. It is a performance truck. Back then, performance trucks weren't...
It was actually formerly one of the fastest accelerating vehicles. Like, period.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. It's just... It is so special to me. It's got that... Since it came out in just 1 year, it's got that exclusive touch. It's got that special touch to it, in my opinion. There was an even more exclusive red version of the truck, but I just love the black on black so much. Coming at you with number 3. The 2017 Ford GT. The reason why I love the Ford GT so much is, as previously mentioned in our movies episode, just the history behind it, man. You just gotta love a company that worked damn hard on making a performance vehicle model and beat Ferrari with it. You know?
That's more like the history of it, though. I mean...
And I love everything about it. Not to mention, John Cena bought one of these 2017 Ford GTs. Sold it
already, yeah. But
sold it. He wasn't supposed to sell it.
I'm already
And he got in a lot of trouble for it. But, yeah, that is definitely
can you blame him, though? The resale value on those tripled, and they were already stupid expensive?
Yeah, dude, he got so much money for that. That's probably one of the best financial decisions he made, even though he got probably fined majorly for that. But, not fined, but sued. I think that is the only supercar on this list for me. That is, I think, the most expensive vehicle on the list for me. Coming at you with number 4, 2013 C6 Corvette. Now it's like, Isaac, what's so special about a 2013 C6
Why
Corvette?
C6?
A C6 Corvette. Okay, I've shown you this actually. The Valera Vet body kit.
Oh,
that body kit makes the C6 Corvette look like a freaking Batmobile, honestly.
I feel like
so sexy. Oh,
I feel like the body kits no longer make the vehicle that vehicle. Those make it a different vehicle.
Yeah.
But, you know.
So like a Valera Vet C6 Corvette. Dude, you guys gotta look it up. It is stunning. I think it's absolutely stunning. It looks, man, it is the coolest looking sports car that I've ever laid eyes on with that body kit. The body kit starts at $18,000, but you can get them as the Valera Vet, so you don't have to buy a full-fledged Corvette and then go get the body kit. But yeah, I commented on Valera Vet's Instagram about a year ago, and I'm like, hey, y'all need to stick around for when I get rich. And they liked the comment, and that made me feel special. But yeah, a Valera Vet 2013 C6 Corvette. Coming at you at number 5. Now, I had a decision to make for what Ford Bronco I would do. I would do this past year's Ford Bronco, or I would go to like a more vintage Ford Bronco. The 1974 Ford Bronco definitely looks like an excellent timepiece that I would go driving in. But, you know, I don't know. That might be like a duel for slot 5, like either this past year's Ford Bronco or the 1974 Ford Bronco. It just looks really cool. See, a lot of people like Jeeps, but you want to take a Jeep and make it like good, get a Ford Bronco. Anyways, a 1988 BMW E30 M3. Now this, you gotta have it as the classic cherry red. Okay, I know that's like Ferrari's thing, but if you have cherry red on this thing, the way I look at that is that it is just the perfect 80s sporty vehicle. I see it. See, it's BMW, so it's square, right? I love square cars for some reason. It's I think the third square car on this list at this point.
Square bodies are on another level.
But the BMW E30 M3 is, I feel like that is just like a perfect, hey babe, let's go on a movie date car and we'll take a stroll in the Beamer, you know? Mm-hmm. And my mom and my stepdad have something like that, but I mean, it's less romantic.
The BMW you were listening specifically is like street racer car.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, it's definitely like, it's almost like under the radar kind of. But I definitely think it would be like a special date night car for me if I owned it. On to the next. Hey, Jordan. Do you like Back to the Future?
Yeah.
I do too. Coming in at you at number 7 is the 1985 Toyota pickup. Okay? The Toyota pickup is what now is the Toyota Tacoma. Okay? But the Toyota pickup is what it was, just the generic name before they came out with the Tacoma or the Tundra. But what makes it so special is that the Toyota pickup is the special truck that Marty McFly was trying to, you know, drive and be cool for his girlfriend and stuff. And like, it is an amazing car, and it resonated with me in my adult years more than the DeLorean as I get older. But yeah, if I did have that 1985 Toyota pickup, it would look exactly like that in the movie. It would be that shiny black. It would be lifted with those big boy tires and the yellow KC lights. And oh my goodness, dude! I don't even think I would do any redneck shit in it. I think I would just.
That's not a redneck car.
No,
that's not a redneck.
That's like a weekend vehicle.
Yeah.
And you want to go drive through the mountains.
That's definitely like someone like that actually like either like that's pretty upper middle class or lower high end class that they buy and they like actually drive to enjoy, but they don't drive it that much.
Yeah, that is probably, if I could have one truck ever, that's the truck. Honestly, there's a few trucks on this list, but that's the truck. On to the next. 2011 Mitsubishi Evo 10 Final Edition. Now, I don't know if I actually want an Evo or I want to go back to what I did have as a sports car, which is the Rally Art version of the Mitsubishi. But the Evo, in my opinion, is, with the exception of not being able to haul anything, that car can do most anything. It's a performance vehicle, off-road, on-road. It's got 4 doors, so you can start a small family in it. I think it's just the absolutely do-it-all vehicle. One of the coolest dailies that you could have, in my opinion. On to the next. Mark IV Toyota Supra. Another Fast and Furious influence. But I don't think I would have the orange Supra. I think I would have the white Supra which is the one that Paul Walker drove away on when he was last seen in the Fast and Furious franchise. That ice white Supra, really nice looking. Oh yeah, and for the Mitsubishi Evo, I think I would have that blacked out, like I did when I had the car the first time. But let's see. And number 10, lastly, 1999 Nissan Skyline R34 GTR. When it comes to like any of these cars on this list, this has been one of my favorites for the longest time out of any of these other cars. Nissan Skyline. You will never go wrong when you say your favorite car is the 1999 Nissan Skyline. It was in Too Fast, Too Furious. It's that blue and silver car. It is absolutely amazing. It's still not legal here, but it will be soon. In a couple years, actually.
Yeah.
And, it will melt my heart if I see one of those in a few years. Not even just own one, but I will crap my pants if I see one. I've seen a couple Supras driving around in the Des Moines, Iowa area, right? And it's like, oh my goodness, what in the hell is that? Or I've seen like previous models of the Nissan Skyline, and I'm like, holy crap, they have that. Dude, those are just the JDM cars that you really don't see over here in the Midwest. And when you do, you take a few looks at it. Like, dude, there was a day where I saw a Supra and a Lamborghini at different parts of my day. I actually was walking down the street with Dustin, and a Lamborghini drove down the street. Dustin's like, holy crap, that's a Lamborghini. I'm like, yeah, cool. But like later that day, I'm breaking my neck because a black Supra just drove past me. But I guess that gives you guys an idea of Jordan and I. We're JDM fans over here.
I'm a little bit of everything, but yeah, we're both a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we are both a little bit of everything. Like, I don't really exactly consider myself a truck guy. Regardless on if I own a truck, that's more for like camping purposes. Because like, I just have this dream of camping with the thing. But I would not consider myself a truck guy, and I would not consider myself a Ford guy. But there is definitely a couple Fords on this list, and there's not even a single Chevy. Actually, no, there's the Corvette on the list. But yeah, that's my list, Jordan. Are you ready for your list?
Hang on.
Hanging on.
Give another honorable mention.
Another honorable mention? Yeah. Okay. So I think I mentioned the 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I didn't even get to mention two of these. So the Hoonigan truck. Anybody who's
the
played Forza.
Oh wait, no, that's the car. The Hoona truck is
the Hoonigan truck is actually really freaking cool.
Ken Block, he is
so
a fucking genius.
What it is a 1977 Ford F-150, and it's slammed to the ground, and it's just a full-fledged performance vehicle at this point. It is so sexy. I encourage you to look up what this thing looks like, and it is classic trucks that are slammed and shiny will always be my baby. Like, for sure, all the time. And then, like, another honorable mention is 1995's Mitsubishi Eclipse. And I would have that thing looking like the first Fast and Furious movie. That would be green. That would have the weird water decals on the side. That would have red
water.
number 5 on the freaking side. Is it an eagle?
Yeah.
I always just thought it was a weird looking decal.
No, it's an eagle.
For real? Yeah. Okay.
Or like a falcon or something. It's a bird.
Fast and Furious maroon Charger.
Oh, that's a Charger Daytona.
Yeah. That is a beautiful car too. That is an honorable mention. I love the tall wing in the back, and it is absolutely sexy. Are you ready, Mr. Jordan?
No.
No. Okay. weirdo. Let's see. What on God's green earth do I have to talk about? Go listen to the Too Many Sportscast every Monday. Mason and I. We get to talk about sports. You get to know a little bit more about what kind of sports fan I am, what kind of sports teams we like. It's got a really cool backdrop, subject to change, but it's got like WWE belts and action figures in the back and like posters and a lot of signed stuff. Actually, it's really, really cool. And Too Many Words podcast. First backdrop ever is a poster of Thor Ragnarok. If you're watching on YouTube, we really need to get a hype flag up in here.
We will.
So like there's this product called Popple that I keep on seeing on Instagram. It's where you can have a QR code on like business cards or lanyards or coffee mugs, and there's all these other things, and you can scan that, and then bam, it takes you to your website or your business. And I really want to get like the lanyard with the badge around my neck, so it's always readily available. I actually have been wanting to be like that guy that wears a lanyard around his neck, but like the way I freaking waddle, ching, 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 and so like I think I gotta fix that before I gotta train myself in walking with one of those things. But Jordan, are you ready, sir?
Yes.
All right, dive into it, baby girl.
All right, so we're just gonna start just right at the beginning. So my number one dream car. This is a car I will own. I refuse to not own it someday. Apparently prices are going down, so that might be coming soon. Nice. Actually. 1984 DeLorean DMC 12. That is my dream car. My mega dream with it. I don't think I'll actually do this, but like
go 88 miles an hour.
Something. Well, I mean, it can do that, kind of.
Okay.
I want to Tesla swap it.
Like make an electric car?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, it should be an electric car.
I mean, the new DeLorean is an electric car. So
like, is that like officially like?
DeLorean is back.
Dope.
Yeah, and they're making a new vehicle.
Cool, because like I did hear about that, but like you hear about like any car.
Yeah.
Right. There's been rumors about the GMC Cyclone coming back.
It's a real return. DeLorean's been on that comeback for a while. They've been an official company for quite some time again. They've produced concept cars for essentially every 5 years for the past, 35 years. But they've never actually, had enough money to fully produce a new vehicle till now, because they've actually built themselves up from the ground up again, and it's actually a really good comeback story. I've been following them for a long time for obvious reasons. So yeah, no, it's great. I would love to have one. Honestly, it's not my flavor of car. I don't really think it looks that great, but like, I do love it still, because it's a DeLorean, and it's still got the glowing doors. It's just kind of a little weird looking. But yeah, that's my number one car. Number two is a 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX. That is one of the replica cars I want.
That was on my honorable mention.
Yes, the exact same reason. That is my favorite car from the Fast and Furious franchise. Oh yeah. And honestly, that's another car that I would almost be like really striving to get. But not as much as a DeLorean. DeLorean is the one I will have. I would make it look exactly like the one from the Fast and Furious.
I almost got an Eclipse with
that
exact body kit on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Only problem, it was in Indiana, and the transmission was broken, and my mom said, "Do that, and I'll kill you." So yeah, I almost had my hands on the exact body kit that exact Eclipse had.
It was likely a reproduction or a knockoff, but either way, that's still pretty cool.
That would have been dope with the cosmetic money put into it. The possibilities. Oh, the possibilities. But yeah, go on.
So my next car after that would actually be a 1969 Pontiac GTO.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah. That's actually a distinguishable one, I will say.
That is, it's so My grandfather actually owns the body, I guess, for a 1968, I believe, Pontiac GTO. I don't know. I don't really remember, to be honest. But it's... I always thought it was the 69, and with that, I grew to love the 69 body style. Then I also got this Hot Wheels car that has like camo and like the one that like plain shark mouth on it. And
yep.
It's like my favorite Hot Wheels car. It's my like most prized Hot Wheels car actually, and I love it so much actually. That's another car that I would really want.
Well, my favorite Hot Wheel isn't a real car, so.
I mean, yes, it is.
One in existence?
No, there's like 3.
Oh, okay, cool.
My next car after that is actually a 2003 Subaru Impreza WRC. I think that's a Japan exclusive version of the vehicle. I'm not entirely sure. A lot of my cars are actually influenced from my interests. So obviously, first one, Back to the Future. Second one, Fast and Furious. Third one was actually, family ties and mistaken family ties, I should say. Fourth one is from Transformers. So Transformers released a line called Transformers Alternators. It was like a line of highly posable, like pretty advanced figures that transformed into real life like vehicles. And there was a character called Smokescreen, and that was my first character or first figure I got from that line. I ended up getting 4. I only have 2 left because they're the ones that I just recently bought. Anyways, this Smokescreen turned into this Subaru Impreza, and it's specifically the WRC version, I believe. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that's a Japan exclusive. They're actually like the American version of it. It's pretty much the same. I just think it has like a different engine in it or something.
That's actually a damn good pick, bro. This is one of the most classic Subarus of all time.
Yeah.
The blue with the stars.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually a model that I struggled to remember. But as a member of the Mutsu team, or at least the wannabe, that is the most respected Subaru of all time.
Yeah. And that's the exact one that he turned into, too. So, like, that rally version of the vehicle.
I would own that car, too. That's a damn good one, dog.
Yeah. It's a fantastic vehicle. I would actually love to have one. They're actually surprisingly affordable for the American version, like I said. I think you can get one for like less than $20,000. So
on Rocket League, the Mudcat can easily look like that.
Yeah.
And I had my Mudcat look like that for a while.
Yeah. After that is a 1994 Nissan Skyline R32 GTR.
R32, yeah,
mostly,
that's right.
Mostly because I didn't want to join the hype train of, R34 and R35. And then, like, the R33 is also pretty damn fucking fantastic.
I like the 33 if I had to pick anything other than the 34.
It's like the light version of the 34 is what 33 is. The R32 is like, it almost looks like a fucking normal vehicle, but it's Skyline. So, like, I don't know.
You mean like that square body muscle
It's not
car
square
looking
body.
thing?
It's not square body.
What's that really old one? Because I love that one too.
There's a lot of really old Skylines. There are
Those.
a couple that actually look like muscle cars, and
All
it's kind of weird.
Are sexy.
So there's the one that has like kind of the bug eye headlights. I'm not a big fan of those, but there's specifically this one that actually looks like a muscle car, like a real muscle car, and it actually looks fantastic.
I know exactly what you're thinking of, and that's why I say that they're super sexy. The old ones. But yeah, dive in more about the R32. Why the
R32? It's a perfect sleeper vehicle.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it looks so much like just a normal ass sedan, but like once you look underneath the hood, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's got those, Skyline headlights still, the 2 round ones in the back, and or tail lights, not headlights. And it's got it's like the same silhouette as vaguely the same silhouette as the R33 or 34. But it's just it's great. It's just great. It's a great JDM car that's also like a normal car in my opinion. Next one after that, this is where it starts to get a little bit out there.
That's just fine.
1992 Ferrari F40. That is my favorite model of Ferrari. They're also like $3 million.
Oh my gosh.
I think they're actually 2, but either way, that was like one of their big, like, super race car fast ones. It's a good car. I can't really say much. It's got like square body style and like spoilers, and it's really crazy. It's nice. I love it. Next one after that is a 2005 Ford GT, because I prefer that body style versus the 2017. Not hating against the 2017. It was a pretty great reimagining, and they did a lot of really unique new things that I really admire. But like the 2005 is perfect in my opinion.
You see, when I was thinking about the Ford GT, it was legitimately a toss-up for me for what production year I would go for. Would I do the original production year? Would I do the 2005-2006 production years? Or would I do the new production year? I personally think for like a couple of these, I went for like the newest version of itself just for like longevity purposes. But I think personally, although I love every version of the Ford GT, the 2005 version kind of got cheapened for me because of GTA 5. There's just so many...
the GTI 5 version of it is kind of potato. So, like, I don't know.
It just makes me... reminds me of it, and it turns me off.
I was into it before that, so... Yeah, so it's just...
Really good car, though.
Doug DeMuro has one, and he, like, daily drives it. I don't know if you know who
Really?
that is, but... yeah, no, he loves it, and I love it, too. I would love to have one of those, but those are also, like, $500,000 now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Most expensive car on my list.
After that, it would be... I do want to say a lot of these are actually the original versions of the vehicle from my picks. Like, I didn't choose the newest year. I actually chose the first year it was produced.
Yeah, that's like the big debate for me.
So, anyways, moving on. Next car for me is actually a 2013 Lamborghini Gallardo. That one came from a YouTuber I watched called Tavarish. He did a build of a fire rescued Lamborghini Gallardo that's like turbocharged with like supercharged with a turbo on it, with 2 turbos, with a custom exhaust, and like it was really insane build. Like I stayed up till like 4 a.m. for like 3 nights in a row watching his entire series because I showed up to it really late. But like it's what rose him to, like, that series is what launched him into like popularity and mainstream car YouTube guy. It's a really good series. I recommend checking out the build. It's a lot of hours of content. Like there's probably like 50, honestly. But like it's worth the watch because like you see this Lamborghini essentially come from nothing, and then now it's everything. And then to follow up from that, he did another Lamborghini build. He did I don't know what it was called, honestly. It was a screen used Lamborghini from Fast and the Furious. It was the orange one that Tyrese Gibson drove.
Okay.
On the ice.
Okay.
You remember that?
Here's my thing with Lamborghini. I had to look up your Lamborghini. I will say this is like the look for Lamborghini.
See, that's a newer model.
Really?
Yeah.
It said 2013 for me on this one.
Really?
Yeah. But my thing with Lamborghini, if you don't really think about it too much, all the cars look the same for me.
For several years, for like 2005 to like 2018, they all look the same. A lot of them actually look different now.
Like the best chance of me distinguishing other Lamborghinis from other Lamborghinis is my experience with, again, GTA. Like there's some Lamborghinis that I definitely think are cooler looking compared to the other, but overall I'm just not sold on Lamborghini in general.
I think that's just because you're a loser, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
No, it's just that is the entry level Lamborghini. Is the Gallardo. That's like one of the cheapest ones I ever
Yeah,
offered.
it looks like the basic.
Yeah.
I almost call it like the traditional.
The traditional is definitely not that. It's definitely the Aventador, but you know, everyone's got a fucking, every famous person has an Aventador, you know. It's the Lamborghini. I chose that, and then like I said, he did another one that was the screen used car. It was a screen used car from Fast and Furious, is when Tyrese drove the orange one over the ice for that submarine and whatnot. Popular scene, everyone, and then he fucking drove it into the ice. So yeah. Where was I?
Fast and Furious is really just a blur for me. For like a lot of them, a lot of the action ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last one I probably saw was 7.
You should rewatch all of them.
There was this one time where I did a marathon, and that was a couple years ago. But the action ones really just blend together. The first 3, as much as I think it's hilarious that my girlfriend, once upon a time, said that the first 3 are the same movie, those are the most distinguishable ones for me. And yeah, the first 3 are great.
Tokyo Drift is actually my favorite one.
Tokyo Drift's awesome. Confused the hell out of me as a kid.
No, I confused the hell out of everyone. No one understood it until like 10 years later.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on.
But yeah.
After that, we got a 1967 Ford Shelby GT500.
That's expected from you.
Specifically, it's that one I would have actually a body kit on.
Yeah.
There's I can't see it right now.
I can see you through the pop filter. You want to look into my eyes while you're talking? Baby?
Yeah, I want to look at you. Okay. What the fuck? Anyways, if you guys have seen the Nick Cage movie called, I think, Faster.
That is so Faster.
It was Eleanor, I think, is what the name of the car was called. Actually,
that is wow. That's a nice name.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
Eleanor Faster. Right?
I don't know if it's called Faster, to be honest. Just look up Eleanor car, and it's got a very unique version of the front bumper for the Ford Shelby GT500.
If I were to ever own a Mustang, this is it.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful car. I don't know if I do exactly that color. I might go with the typical blue and white. You know, that's
the blue and white is also a classic. That also is good on Vipers.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, you know, you gotta have it in there. You gotta have a Shelby in there, honestly. And then after that, there's a little bit of a personal reason one again. 2010 Ford Explorer Sport Track Adrenaline. So the reason behind that one.
Excuse me, say that one more time.
2010 Ford Explorer Sport Track Adrenaline.
Damn, that's a mouthful.
Yep. So my first car was a 1996 Ford Explorer. I love that fucking car. It was fantastic. It had lots of seating. It had lots of space in the back. It was great. Everything about that was fantastic. My second vehicle was
what year?
2010.
2010.
My second vehicle was a 2004 Ford F-150. Loved that truck. It was great. It had the big old 8-foot truck bed. It was a work truck. It was great. I loved it. Except it was a piece of shit. So, I mean, yeah. We all have to have... Every man has to own, like, a piece of shit truck in their life, I think. Because, like, that's just how it goes. The Ford Explorer Sport Track is kind of like a love child between the two.
This is the coolest looking ugly car I've ever seen.
What's wrong with you? You're so mean.
No, for real. Like, I would never purchase this, but it does look cool.
So this GMC, or the Ford Explorer Sport Track is a Ford Explorer with a truck bed instead of, like, the back cabin sort of area. And I've always wanted one. Almost bought one, like, 3 separate times. And, didn't, obviously. I didn't, but I still would want one. And the 2010 was, well, so the Sport Track Adrenaline was essentially their spiritual sister to the Ford F-150 Lightning, which is obviously an amazing truck. It was what caused GMC to it was Ford's answer to the GMC Cyclone. Still didn't do nearly as good as the GMC Cyclone, but that's to be expected. The GMC Cyclone was fucking fantastic. It was too good. And then like the Sport Trek Adrenaline was a spiritual sister to that. It was a very sporty truck, and it was just yeah. Because another thing, something I can agree with Isaac on is I absolutely love sport trucks, like the lowered trucks that go fast. They're fantastic. They're great.
Yeah, it reminds me of a car that honestly should have been on my list, or at least the honorable mentions. The first car that Paul Walker's ever seen in the Fast and Furious franchise is the Ford Lightning.
That's what I literally just mentioned that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was too busy looking at your ugly, cool car.
Yeah, I was
that is an awesome truck.
I briefly went over the history of the Ford Lightning.
Oh, okay.
It was Ford's answer to the GMC Cyclone. Didn't perform as good as the Cyclone, but it's hard to.
Yeah, the GMC Cyclone. It's kind of hard to be a trailblazer and also the best. But that's kind of what the Cyclone was.
Yeah. So now I'm going to get into my honorable mentions. There was more honorable mentions than there is on my list. So
really?
Because there's a lot of
speed round.
There's a lot of cars I really wanted. So 1977 Chevrolet Camaro. I'd probably want to go with the more muscly trim on it. I'm not sure what it's called.
That's what I meant when I said I liked the older Camaros. That you're right up the alley.
77 is the one that was used in the Transformers movie. That's the reason why I want it. It's beautiful and amazing. There is also the older model. That's the really square, has a square front end that I would really like. They used in Transformers, I think Age of Extinction, they used a black one with yellow stripes. It was kind of an opposite from what Bumblebee normally is. And it looked fucking amazing.
Fun fact, you disagreed with this, but Hannah said if I was a car, I'd be the 1977 Camaro.
Yeah, that's definitely wrong. After that, I had the 2010 Koenigsegg Agera. Beautiful car. I would go with the RS version, but I was like, eh.
What would you be if you were a car?
VW bus.
That's a damn good answer. That should have been on my list too. Damn it, we love too many cars, Jordan.
I wrote the wrong thing on here.
You wrote the wrong thing. It's an honorable mention. It's okay.
No.
What, you wrote a sci-fi movie?
1992 GMC Typhoon.
Oh, that's like the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like the SUV version of the Cyclone. I think it has a better body to it than the Cyclone.
To be honest, when it comes to each of those, it's like whatever you prefer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it looks amazing. I didn't know it existed until Tyler Hoover also known as Hoovy's Garage. He made a YouTube video about it because he bought one. It was great. After that, 2007 Pontiac Solstice. Another car from the Transformers movie. I just think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Yes. Hey, you know that one. Good job.
Yeah, of course.
That was
the first Transformers movie is my favorite, mostly because that's like the only one that I can remember right now.
No, that car was great. Little fun fact for the Transformers movie, they had a hardtop version that was never made. That didn't exist.
Really?
That was made specifically just for the movie for filming. It's unique. So after that, it'd be a 2004 Chevrolet Corvette. I like the 2004s. They're really simple and just they
the
work
early
fast.
2000s Vets. You cannot go wrong with them. Really good performance vehicles too. Still to this day.
After that, 2005 Ford Mustang GT. I think they look beautiful. I think it was the first year of the I guess more modern style where they tried to emulate the the old style, the old Ford Mustangs.
Because before 2005 there was that weird era where Mustangs looked like cockroaches.
Yeah.
And that was a piece of garbage. Anybody who flexes a Mustang and it's one of those, you don't own a Mustang. Okay?
Brooke.
And as much as I like the Mach-E, I don't know if you could still flex that's a Mustang either. Maybe you could flex about how expensive those things are. But, yeah, if you have a Mustang and it's a cockroach Mustang, stop flexing it. That's the promo. What do you think of that being the promo? I feel like that's awesome.
I mean, sure. I don't know. Brooke has
Isaac, we want people to watch the.
Brooke has like I think it's a 99 or a 2001. I'm not sure. It's like the first year or before or after the turn of the millennia. Like she's put effort into it, some work into it, but like that model and year is always going to be a piece of shit. Always has been. It had a lot of issues going for it already, and like the designs sure were a little normal looking, but like you can't. It's like thinking like those who forget your past are doomed to repeat it, or like you can't hate on something like just because it's bad in the past. Like I don't know. It is what it is what I say.
It's a piece of garbage. In my opinion, as a person who already isn't crazy about Mustangs.
Okay, after that, it's a 1954 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing.
Okay, I'm going to have to look that one up. Repeat that again, sir.
1954 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing.
300 SL Gullwing. I don't want to see the value. Wait a second. $400,000 vehicle. Your garage is immensely more expensive than mine.
It should be a lot more than $400,000.
Really? I just saw the first bolded number. But, slick, dog. It's not an Aston Martin, but, that's definitely a James Bond car. Super spy car, I should say. Ooh, there's a picture where it's got red interior. That's fancy.
Mm-hmm.
But elaborate, buddy. Why do you like it?
So, I started playing this game called The Crew. Great
Crew.
game. It
My
has a
stepdad
great
had that
story.
game.
Everything is fantastic on it. The Crew 2 sucks dick and donkey ass. I will go to my grave about that. I hate that game. The only good thing they ever did was made it so you could turn into a boat midair.
Okay.
No, they let you change from planes, boats, and cars instead of in the first game. It was like regular cars, street cars, drag cars, monster truck cars, and like it was a bunch of just different cars.
So this Mercedes-Benz was just like,
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
The only other good thing Crew 2 did was add the DeLorean, so that kind of paved the way for the Force. It got real close. Obviously, well, I bought the game before that, and then they added the DeLorean. I was like, I'm booting this up now, buying the car, then I'm never playing it again.
Yep.
Anyways, so I got the Crew because it was on Games for Gold. It was one of the first games I ever got for Xbox Games for Gold, and with that, it actually came with a couple free DLCs. I got a couple of them because like they were the only good cars you could get that early in the game, and one of them was this car, this Mercedes-Benz. I was like, damn, this car is like actually like stunning, beautiful, amazing. And the roundedness of the rear end and like the All right, we know who is the real child here. And then like the quite opposite of that front end.
I'm tired.
I think that's actually the wrong one. Now that I'm thinking about it, because the front end was round as well. Stop it. Yeah, 300 SL is the one with the bug eyes. Yeah, I remember that now. I will alter that. Hang on. You good?
Keep talking, dog.
Are you good?
Do I
need
to say something?
Are you good?
What are you looking up?
The right car, because that's actually not the car that was in the game.
But is it the car that you like?
No. I mean, it's good.
I just looked
It's
it
a
up.
good car, but like it's actually not the car that I really like. I just remembered that because it's got the exact same rear end, is what throws me off. I will pull that up here in a minute. I got to move on to the next one while I'm talking about it. So where am I at? 1989 Ferrari 348 TB. So
How many of these you got left, dog?
a few. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You worry about things a lot, and you shouldn't. So I chose that car because it's my second favorite Ferrari. I just think it looks like a gun. I don't like it's typical like 80s, like, you know, it's like the car that, you know, the guy with the mustache drove. Tom Selleck. What are you laughing at over there still? The roundness of the rear end? Go fuck yourself.
I can't believe you just said it like that, dog. And I can't believe I'm laughing that hard at it, dude. I've been
Oh, my
so
goodness.
tired today. Oh, man. Jordan,
Shut up. I don't need you to rush me, okay?
I'm not trying to rush you. I need you to. I need you to just keep on spitting out content, dog.
Yeah, it's rushing me. 1978 Lamborghini Countach LP400S.
Good selection. Now that.
No.
Now that
Look up which one though it is.
is a Lamborghini. What?
Look up the LP400S specifically.
LP.
There's a difference
400
between the. So
S.
the Countach had several different variations through the
Countach.
years. So the Lamborghini.
Honestly, I don't know what makes this different looking.
The one you're probably most familiar with, because it's also the one that I believe is in Forza, is the 25th anniversary edition.
That's different?
Look at it. Every iteration of the Countach was different. And look at the very first Countach. There ain't got shit on it. So, like, yeah. I chose this because, like, it's that perfect middle ground of body kit and no body kit. The 25th anniversary edition had like all the body kit, and it's a bit much for me, honestly. But like the first iteration of the Countach is like a little too plain. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. That's where it sits for me, and that's why I like that one specifically. Another thing I wanted to mention is the new Countach, the 2022, 2023. I don't know, because I don't think it's actually out yet. I think that thing looks gorgeous. It's beautiful. It does everything a faithful update to a car should do, in my opinion. It's great. It's so great. I had it on Rocket League, and I really wanted to get it, and I didn't because I was stupid. I lost where I was. Okay, so next one after that, I'm not sure the year. I know it's like 70s. The Lancia Stratos Turbo. So my favorite Transformers character is a character named Wheeljack. And he turned, in the original Generation 1 version, he turned into a Lancia Stratos Turbo. It looks amazing. It looks amazing. I found it.
Let me see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually kind of know what car you're talking about now. For the listeners, he's talking about that Benz he was looking for photos for like the last 5 cars now.
Hang on, I'm gonna type this.
Or through the last 5 cars.
So, it's just a great looking car. It's got a nice body kit on it. It's a rally car. It's cool. After that, 1970 Dodge Charger Daytona / Plymouth Roadrunner. I can kind of take them interchangeably because, you know, both essentially the exact same car aesthetically. It's just one had more passion behind it. That one would be the Plymouth, because Plymouth cared about the fucking shit they produce.
Plymouths they're good. I like Plymouth. That's actually one of those classic brands that do stand out for me still.
I put them both because like they're pretty interchangeable. I wouldn't mind either one because I'd probably do an engine swap in it either way. SLR. Sorry, I'm typing. After that would be a 1971 Plymouth GTX. That's just because another Plymouth vehicle that absolutely looks gorgeous. Follow a dude on TikTok that owns one that Tesla swapped his, and it's insane. Yeah. It's like, it looks like it was produced yesterday.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
You know what I'm saying? It's insane.
Stop.
That car is insane, man.
Uhlenhaut. All right. After that, so the proper car is 1956 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut. That was the car I drove a lot in the crew. Go away, Simon. I'm gonna have to text him.
No. Text him afterward. He should know better.
I think he's outside right now.
Why is he outside?
Gym.
Cool. Jordan, how many cars we got left, dog?
Why does it matter?
Just because.
You want to suck me off?
No. How many cars we got left, dog?
Be quiet. Be quiet. I got one.
You got one car left?
Okay.
All right.
1979 Ford Mustang. That's not right. I think it was supposed to be 89, but the Ford Mustang Fox body. It's a pretty popular fucking body style for the Ford Mustang.
In my opinion, way too many Mustangs on this list. Way too many Mustangs on this list.
Each one of them has been drastically different. Look it up. Look up the Fox one.
Too many Mustangs on this list.
Then you are no longer my friend.
Jordan, you know this about me. I don't know what you've been missing out on, but you know that I'm not a Mustang fan.
Okay, but like, whose list is this?
I mean, do we count the Saleen S7? Because if anything, I'll drive that.
That's a great vehicle. I mean, shitty vehicle, but great vehicle.
Yeah, that car is the really cool car that is seen in Bruce Almighty. He just snaps his fingers or something, and
I didn't know that.
Silver Saleen S7 Mustang.
I didn't even know that.
Is in that movie. It's very nice.
I thought we were talking about the Saleen.
It says Mustang on it.
No, okay, we're talking about two different. Mustang. We're talking no.
I think it is.
There's a separate car that's called an Saleen. Saleen went and made their own supercar. It was terrible. Like, mechanically, it was awful. But it looks really cool.
Is the Saleen S7 a Mustang? Saleen currently manufactures the S302 Mustang base.
I don't know if it's an S7 is what it's called. But, like, the Saleen made their own supercar. That's the point I'm trying to get across here. Is 1993 Ford Mustang Fox body is the one I want.
I mean, I guess if it's a misconception, it's a common one at least. So I'm not completely stupid. But yeah, the Saleen S7, really great car. So that was your last Mustang, eh?
Yeah. So.
All right.
That was another car that I actually played a lot on the crew.
That's a car that's on every single one of my Forzas actually.
Mm-hmm. It's a great car actually. It's fun. It's cool. It looks neat. But mechanically, it was awful.
Really?
Like,
I actually didn't know that.
Terrible. But yeah, I am aware of Saleen producing Mustangs because they made one for the Transformers movie. You know Barricade, the police car Mustang? Bad guy?
Yeah.
That was a Saleen Mustang.
That's actually like the first bad guy that I really liked from the Decepticons.
He's dope. There's a reason why he stuck around for every single movie.
Yeah.
All right. So there's our dream cars and our honorable mentions.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the closer of all this shebang.
Oh, you don't want to do the other bit?
No, we'll save that for a future episode.
Okay, that's okay.
Really, really great cars listed today. Minus the 7 Mustangs, but
7?
I don't know.
There was 4.
4?
I think actually.
But anyways, Jordan, do we want to do Anchor Stats or Instagram people? Let's shout out to the Instagram people. Okay, as mentioned at the beginning of the episode, we do have an Instagram. Follow at Too Many Words Podcast. We have...
There was 3.
We have 40 followers on the pod.
That's great.
On the Instagram pod now.
Yeah.
First follower, Carol.Sabrina.A.
That's my mother.
That is your mother. Great supporter. Beat my mom to it. Hayden _day_22. A guy that I went to high school with, but I know exactly how he found the pod, and that's through Nate Basinger. So
that's dope.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Nate Basinger. A few followers actually came out of Nate Basinger. Tori from last week got shouted out on her personal account, and then this week she followed us on her small business account, which is Tori's _creations 17. And then lastly, in order to get a t-shirt, spam _Jackie_ follows us on the podcast. Oh, and then this complete stranger, I didn't know whether or not to count him because he doesn't have a picture. He doesn't have any posts.
It's not a stranger.
Deranged Paladin?
Yeah, I know exactly who that is.
Really?
That's my friend Logan.
What, did you ask him to follow or something?
No, he's an actual active listener of our podcast.
For real?
Yes.
Well, sorry, Logan. It was just a super inactive freaking account.
Not everyone uses Instagram.
I'm sorry, dog, but like... Thanks, Mr. Deranged Paladin.
No, that's his Xbox gamer tag. That's how I know.
Sorry about that, dog, but yeah, glad that you're aboard, and I'm glad that you're an active listener, actually.
So you should know.
A lot of people
Logan.
follow the pod, but they don't really regularly listen. But, you know, it's great to have people that are almost the exact opposite of that. Is that, oh, I'm a regular listener, but I'm barely active on Instagram. That is more than okay, Mr. Logan, new best friend of mine. Deranged Paladin, whatever you want to say it. But let's get into... Jordan, I don't know why we haven't been doing this. It's more my fault than yours. But let's take a look. Okay, so like, I don't really know how to approach this, but I want to take a look at our YouTube analytics. So we have 3,677 views.
You're pulling the YouTube analytics?
Yeah.
That's literally what I've got up right now.
Oh, well,
I prepared for that.
Okay, then you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. You do the other shit.
I'll do the anchor. You do the YouTube.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I was planning on doing.
Who goes first?
You, like we normally do. And
Okay,
I was gonna go over the YouTube stuff.
So on the anchor of Too Many Words podcast, available on 3 different platforms: Google and Apple and Spotify podcasts. We have a total of 174 plays. Total. All time on the pod, which actually is a really good jump from last week. We actually are getting consistent listeners, Jordan. Jordan, there has not been a day since my birthday where there was no listeners for the podcast.
That's great.
That is awesome.
Yeah, you're right.
Sure, some days are as low as one total play, but that's only happened. That's only happened 3 times since the 12th. Okay, we got like 9 total plays, 6 total plays. It's so sexy to see that we actually are gaining an audience. We have an audience size of 20. Okay, yesterday it was 23. The day before it was 27. The day before it was 25. It's just gonna fluctuate by the hour.
Did you say total plays already?
Yeah, 174.
Nice.
Plays per episode is 12. You know, that's just probably gonna just be at a standstill for a while. But let's take a look. Apple Podcasts, the new most significant source of our listeners, coming in at 55% of people listening to the podcast are coming from Apple Podcasts. 36% on Spotify. That is insane. The opportunities you make when you freaking make yourself available on Apple Podcasts. That is not something I did not know. That is really cool. Let's see. We're keeping a good 80-20 when it comes to female to male ratio. 80% male audience. That's just fine, especially with the subjects that we talk about. Half of our listeners are in the 23 to 27 range, which is what it should be. You know, that's our range. That's exactly our range. As of a few weeks ago. I'm not 22-year-old anymore. But yeah, that's just really cool to keep watching those things fluctuate. So yeah, Jordan, go take the cake with the YouTube.
So I got a question. So do you want to inflate our ego a little bit by doing our all analytics, or do you want to do just video, or do you want to do videos then shorts?
So what I was thinking was, see what I just did with adding like the age groups
I just
and
want
the
you to
genders.
answer the question.
Wait a second, it's not a yes or no question. Okay?
It is a yes or
it's
no
not.
question.
Okay, it was this or this question. That's what it was. Anyways. But I think once a month we can dive into like all the analytics. I just kind of did. So yeah, go with all the analytics. And then in future episodes you can have a go-to.
All right, so this goes over the last 28 days. We have been around for more than 28 days now, which is weird because like the last time I looked at our YouTube analytics, that was not true. Anyways, so views in the last 28 days, 3.6 thousand.
Nice.
That's across our shorts and our videos. Our watch time hours is 24.1 hours in the last 28 days. And
that's almost an hour a day.
Yeah, so, and in the past 28 days, we've gained 3 subscribers.
Nice.
Audience tends to be around 18 to 29%, 18 to 24, 38%, 25 to 34, and 20%, 35 to 44. Gender is 90% male, 9% female, 0% user specified. Whatever that means.
I think that's just meaning like they don't have like an account.
Okay.
I watched a couple of our YouTube videos on, the hotel account. So
Geography is a 54% United States,
only 54 United?
6% United Kingdom, and 4% Canada.
Really?
That number does not equal 100. Do not ask me why.
That's really interesting. Speaking of geographic locations, I just found this section on the analytics for the Anchor. Only 55% of our American listeners are from Iowa. Dude, we're taking over the Midwest, dog. Dude, check this out. 15% in Minnesota, 11% in Nebraska, 5% Wisconsin, Charlie, 4% in Illinois, 3% in Missouri, 2% Pennsylvania, and then we have 1% or less in Tennessee, Colorado, Kansas, Massachusetts, and New York. We got like one New York listener that's like, what the fuck are they talking about in episode 3? But
our top most viewed video is the short of you eating the chip, the hot chip. It's got 1.2
that is
thousand
also
views.
the most popular on Instagram.
Our second most popular
hot chips and stuff
is
like
our second most popular is the pizza ASMR one. I don't remember what exactly we were talking about in that.
Favorite movies.
Oh,
that was probably the poll. Favorite movies.
1.1 thousand views. The one immediately after that is the one from the Eli and Dalton episode. 999 views.
There was a stint where the algorithm loved us, and now it does not.
And strangely, the one after that is the new promo you made for episode 1.
Really?
Yeah, that's got 148 views.
That's cool.
And then after that is, I think the other one you made for the Eli and Dalton episode, it's got 78 views.
Yeah.
Our most viewed episode is still episode 7 with 19 views.
I think our first one still has more.
No, this is not what this says.
For real.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, this says episode 1 has 9 views.
That's inaccurate.
Are you sure about that?
I almost promised that.
This is on our channel, our analytics, so...
Yeah, which is why it's so confusing. 1 second.
Too Many Words episode 5 has 17 views.
Yeah, our first episode, if you go there, it's got 49 views.
Really?
And then the second episode has 24 views, and then the third one has 17.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting why that did not count that. Maybe it's only in the last 28 days.
Yeah, that's what
all
it
that
is.
stuff's
all that's in the
days.
last 20. It's so interesting that okay, yeah. And we've got a total subscriber count of 12.
Yeah.
Which is, not bad.
Hasn't moved for like a week. But
It hasn't
it's all
moved
good.
for longer than that, I think. Let's see, if I go to our actual videos, yeah. So that'll show us, like, the actual view count. So, like, first episode sitting at 49 views. Second, 24. Third is 17.
Shea Theodore just scored for the Golden Knights. If you want to know how much I love Shea Theodore, go check out the other podcast, Too Many Sportscast.
Our first promo has 304 views. Episode 4 has 8 views. Episode 4 promo has 103 views. I'm not sure what episode that is for. I think episode 5, the promo for it, has 9 views. What?
Round river.
Shut the fuck up. Too Many Words, episode 5, 28 views. The Charlie promo has 6 views. Episode 6 has 17 views. Or not the Charlie promo. That's actually the sign promo. We were talking about Charlie. The Chip promo, 1.2 thousand views. The Eli Dalton promo 999 views. Episode 7, 19 views. Do You Like Scary Movies? 1.1 thousand views. Too Many Words, episode 8, 9 views. Go Read It Baby promo number 2 for Eli and Dalton episode, 78 views. Promo for episode 1, 148 views. The promo you made for the Isaac Narrates, 5 views. That's pretty great.
Nobody's listening to that.
Episode 9, 3 views. And then we got a premiere for the Halloween special, which will be great. Keep an eye out for that one, guys. That one's going to be a really good episode. The promo for the Charlie episode, 3 views. For some reason, that's still not higher, and it really should be, because that's the greatest promo we've ever made. The promo.
Even say too many words at the end.
The promo for the Sportscast, 28 views. How does that have more views? And then the Sportscast, 4 views.
And as if we couldn't yank our chains any further, let us drop our ads on social media. As mentioned multiple times in this episode, our Instagram is Too Many Words Podcast. Go follow. Our Facebook page is Scaldstone Productions. Go like it. Our TikTok account is Scaldstone Productions. Go follow it. And of course, if I missed anything else, everything else can be found on thescaldstone.com, our website supporting all of this. Jordan, who or what do we want to make this podcast out to?
I've actually been thinking about this. I'm going to start a series of myself making podcast episodes out to specific people from my life.
Really?
This first one is actually going to go out to a very special person. I haven't talked to him in... how old am I? I haven't talked to him in probably 16 or 17 years. And, his name
Way
is...
to ruin the goofiness of the outro,
Jordan. His name is Keyshawn. I doubt he'll ever listen to this. He was like my best friend when I lived in Davenport for those 3 years. He lived in the apartment below us, and he's an amazing person. I'm friends with him on Facebook. I tried reaching out to him. He never responded to me that was several years ago at this point. But he's a cool dude. He likes nerd stuff. He's great. He's great. If Kishan, if you're listening to this, say hi. I'd love to talk to you sometime. Yeah. How about you, Isaac? Who do you make this episode
honestly,
out to?
I don't have anything up in my noggin right now. I guess, the podcast episode goes out to our first ever background, subject to change many, many times. But for now, it's the Thor Ragnarok movie poster. Excellent movie.
I like that idea.
You know?
Switching it out every time. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, I definitely want a flag eventually. But until then, we can just get creative with it. We could put some cool stuff that is hangable back there, and it could change from time to time. But this podcast episode goes out to the Thor Ragnarok poster that's on our background right now. So.
All right. Amen on 3?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3. Amen.